Hey Explorers,
I'm Jay.
and I'm Patrick.
And here we are at the historic Calico Ghost Town in the Mojave Desert near Barstow, California.
So come along with us as we tour this historic park.
Today we have a very special treat because on this exploration we're joined by these two kids. And introduce yourselves.
My name is Dotson. Her name is Alyssa. My name is Alyssa.
So we'll have the special chance to do an exploration with a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. So come along. Located in the Calico Mountains of the Mojave Desert, Calico Ghost Town lies just 3 miles east of Barstow, California. Calico is an Old West mining town that's been around since 1881 and was abandoned in the mid-1890s after silver lost its value. Today, Calico is part of the San Bernardino County Regional Park System, which is visited by people from all across the country and from all over the world. Our first stop is the leather shop, where we picked up some postcards to send to family.
Hi guys. He's a miner, and he's really cool, because look how cool he is. He's very cool, right? And y'all are cool too.
Despite the town burning down several times, here's the fire hall. So right behind me here is an 1888 steam fire engine. It was a horse-pulled steam engine. Calico's most distinguished and longtime resident was Lucy Bell Lane. Known at one time as the Queen of Calico, Lucy lived at Calico for nearly 67 years. She and her husband left Calico in 1899 and returned for good in 1916, making the Lanes store building their home. In 1920, the Lanes moved into the old courthouse and post office building, which would be Lucy's home until 1965. And John Lane, her husband, died in 1934, and Lucy died in 1967 at the age of 93.
Wait, he died. Look what there. It's so cherry in there. Bathroom. It's so cherry. You see how old is that? It's scary. That's very scary.
What's over here?
Oh, this is maybe her bedroom. I think it's her bedroom. Yeah, definitely her bedroom.
And what do we have here? It looks like the kitchen.
That's just, I think this is the kitchen.
Any of you remember Hamburger's department store? Probably not, because that was the department store that was before the May Company in Southern California. Let's go ride a mine train!
Alright, this isn't the only gassy tunnel we have around here.
There's one right here, and another one over there.
One right there.
One right here.
Are you all ready for the best tasting soup in the West?
We're the soup. We're the soup. We're the best taste ever. Yeah. Y'all don't do this. It looks very scary. You want to look in there? Look how scary. Whoa. It looks scary, guys.
Even though we joked at the Chinese bathtub and the Chinese hotel, it really was a somber moment when we passed by the ruins of the old Chinese labor camp, especially knowing the contributions they had played in the success of Calico. And they were never truly treated as equals. Our next stop is a ride on the Calico and Odessa Railroad. It was really awesome to have the opportunity to ride the train this time, because last time we visited Calico in June of 2020, we were actually prohibited to even ride it because of the social distancing practices because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The train ride itself does have a nominal fee, and during our visit it was $5 for adults and $2.50 for children ages 5 through 10. The train ride itself is a very short 8-minute tour that takes you around to see historic sites, mining equipment, some mine shafts, and also gives a brief history of the area.
No spitting, no drunkenness, no loose woman.
The Zenda Mining Company was the last owners of the Calico mine, and they mined silver. The Zenda Mining Company adobe is one of the 4 original structures of Calico Ghost Town. It currently functions as a museum telling the history of silver and borax mining at Calico during the 1880s. The reason why it still stands as one of the original structures of Calico is because of the material it's made from. Made from adobe, other buildings in the area that were made of wood burnt down during fires. We're at the old blacksmith shop. Right in the middle, you have an old anvil used for shaping metal, making horseshoes and other tools around the mines.
This is they don't do it. They look like this. Slap the horse in the lock. That's it. Right?
So the person gets the horse to pull the buggy?
Yeah.
Very cool.
There's 2 of them.
They're all
Next, we hiked up a rugged uphill path to the Calico schoolhouse. The trail was a bit rocky, steep, and parts of it were pretty much unmaintained, so this may be off limits to people with disabilities.
time for school.
Calico's original schoolhouse was built in 1885 at this location above town. So what you're seeing is actually a replica built in the 1950s. Old photographs were used in order to match the architecture as closely as possible. However, the replica is about 1/3 less the size of the original.
Jackson, that's where little kids would have to go to the bathroom. Because they didn't have a bathroom inside the school.
From Calico School District records, as many as an average of 30 pupils were enrolled for a class term, with an average daily attendance about half that amount. Monthly teacher salaries ranged from $70 to $110. In comparison, the average silver miner's wage was $3 a day. Most of the children who attended were sons and daughters of the merchants in Calico, since many of the miners did not have families. The bottle house was constructed in 1953. It's unknown whether a bottle house originally existed in Calico, but they did exist in other mining towns.
I'm glad you asked. An assay office is important to a mining town like Calico. I receive bullion for precious metals from the folks mining in these hills.
We're in the Glory Hole mine.
We're deep in the mine. Deep in the mine, and it's down.
We're underground,
Yep.
and we're looking for silver.
Some silver and gold. a lot.
I hope we find some.
Yep. Riders' footprints.
When you're through enjoying this part of the Maggie Mine, just retrace your steps to the main drip and then turn right around the corner.
All right, we made it down this side of the tunnels. Now we're going to retrace our steps back down the Maggie Mine to the world famous Maggie Mine glory hole. Let's go.
All right, kids.
Here we are in the Maggie Mine glory hole. This massive ore bucket that you see was hoisted up to the surface for emptying, since at this point in the mountain, it was closer to the top than it would have been to load the ore moving from left to right through this tunnel.
All right, who are these guys?
So they look for gold and silver, and they have that to blast that, right? And that he's going this.
What's this character? What's he all about?
I don't really know. Well, there's money. No money.
Non, qu'est-ce qu'il faut? Racontez-moi.
Ils prennent de la dynamite.
65.
This is the exit. That's the exit.
I'm not sure if I approve of the depiction of the Chinese workers here in the mine.
I want to go back.
That's Big John. We're getting out of the mine.
Go here and spin. Spin it around. And then
We did it! We made it out! That is the mine shaft.
tunnel. And what is this hole doing?
What is that, Jackson?
Where did this hole come from?
Look, this is an ancient extension cord.
Now it's time for an ice cream break. I already got icy.
Jackson, how's it ice cream?
It iced me very good.
It's a pretty close shave. Look. Uh-oh, baby rattlers.
Baby rabbit.
Oh no!
Let me see. I found tea.
Alyssa's being locked away for being guilty of being so adorably cute.
Look at that. Look.
Why did the quail cross the road? To get away from these meddling kids. And we can't end this video without mentioning Walter Knott. Now having experienced building a fictional ghost town at Knott's Berry Farm, Walter Knott believed it would be possible to restore a real ghost town. So in 1951, Walter Knott purchased the town of Calico from the Zenda Mining Company. In 1966, Walter Knott decided to donate the town to San Bernardino County, and Calico became a county regional park. A plaque has been placed near the entrance in his honor. Thanks for joining us on this visit to Calico Ghost Town.
For more information about any locations we visited, check out the links below.
And remember, we don't just travel, we explore. See you next time.
Bye!
No privacy at all.